How to do lead generation in real estate. So that's a good question. We're going to go through that and a couple other things that you want to watch out for in this episode. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to go through a handful of ways here to get into lead gen or how to do lead gen. You're probably going to try a handful of these. I'm going to share with you all of these, and I'm going to share with you what I do at the end of this video. So stay tuned. So in every city, there's a Facebook group that specializes in that area as far as like real estate goes, real estate investing, wholesaling. I recommend connecting into these groups and then start networking inside there. There's local meetups that they have and all that. So Facebook in general, they share a lot of great real estate deals that you could capitalize on. So that's one area. It's great for networking, but you also have meetups that you could go to and meet up with these people as well. So I recommend getting into those groups and checking them out. The other thing is since we're talking about local meetups and things like that, the REIA meetups, you guys hear me talk about it. I say it all the time, reia.org. REIA.org. It's a national organization. It meets once a month in your area, and they go through so many different things. What's going on with in your market, what's trending, what's not trending, or how things are trending, I guess I should say. But you get to network with some phenomenal people. You get to network with realtors, contractors, wholesalers, fix and flip investors, long-term hold people, commercial, residential, you name it, and all types in between. So I recommend getting out of your comfort zone, going to one of these meetups, and networking. So there's oftentimes people trying to flip a deal there or get rid of a deal. They have a wholesale deal. They'll bring it to one of these meetups to move it. So you'll find deals at these meetups. You'll find people, which is part of what you want to do anyways. You want to build your network to find those deals. So that's the second one. This third one is a little bit controversial. People talk bad about it. Those bandit signs, it's those little signs that you see on the ground all over or on telephone poles. We buy houses and all that. So oftentimes they get torn up, they get thrown away. But that is a legitimate form of how to generate leads, at least for people motivated to sell houses, or if you're buying them selling, or you could sell a wholesale deal that you have that way as well. It's actually lead gen for you on both ways, buyers and sellers lists. So I know that's a controversial one. What you could also do is wrap your car with it. You could also pay others to wrap their cars with it and automate that process. There's a program Damon Remy came up with at REI Black Book, and basically he pays referrals for people to wrap their vehicles. They put their vehicles, have a phone number, we buy houses. And if someone calls in, that specific phone number is tracked through their system, and if they purchase that house, they could track the lead gen, how many leads are generated, how many leads close, and you get paid pretty heavy when that deal closes. So something to think about. I will do that personally all over the US. If you just want to drive around with a phone number that I have that is specific to you, I will pay for that to get that put on your car, and we will start generating leads for you. And in return, generating leads for me, but also for you because you get paid on it. So that's the bandit signs on wheels is what it's called. This comes to one of the other things, automating the process. Through that process specifically, it's automated. We automate the entire process through that. So you're not sitting there spinning your wheels. We'll teach a virtual assistant to basically underwrite any of those deals coming in. So just to pre-scrub them so you're not sitting there looking at 100 deals a day and not knowing what to do. It's just hard to get ahead of that. So we'll go ahead and show you an automated system. It goes back to REI Black Book. You should check them out if you're not using them anyways. So they'll help you automate your system. And through that automation, exactly what you're automating is you're automating that deals on wheels, but you're also automating if you're doing mailers or you're calling, following up with people. You've got a list that's been scrubbed and you're calling. You could put them in an email drip campaign or text or whatever it might be. So you want to automate that process. So you do it once and then it's duplicatable. It just starts spinning it out. There's a company I work with that does YouTube videos, and they automate it so much that I never even talk to anybody. I show up, I film, and I leave, and I get a thank you text. So, I mean, it's all about automation. This is one of my favorite ones. It's not in every city, but there's a company, it's an app. It's called Property Radar. It's also on, it could be on your laptop. But what it is like, let's say you're driving down the street. What I like it for is if I'm driving down the street and I see a house, grass is overgrown, I could usually pull up that property, find out who the owner is, and contact them right then and there. It pulls from the public records. It also will show me how much equity people have, if they're in foreclosure, what's going on. Notice the default. It's pulling from all the public records. I think it's about $89 a month. Phenomenal investment for you to get access to real estate deals like that. They'll also help you pull lists, create lists. You could work with them almost daily for the $89. To me, it's mind-blowing. It's one of the best things ever. There's another one, PropStream, that's very similar in what they do. Property Radar is what I learned on. They're only in a handful of states. I think you'll like it. Try it out. Okay, here's the not so popular one. It's kind of old school, but it still works. And that is old-fashioned door knocking. Listen, if you just knock on people's doors and tell them, hey, I'm selling a house in the neighborhood, or I just bought a house in the neighborhood, I'm looking to acquire some more, you'll get some people that are interested in selling. So I recommend good old-fashioned door knocking. Yep, even during the time of COVID, there's nothing wrong with knocking on the door, saying hi. They'll definitely let you know if they're not interested. So we're talking about this in here right now because some people, what's being said is some people get upset about you knocking on their door. You know what? So be it. You could tell them, have a great day. Don't let that affect you. You're going to go out. You're doing what most people aren't. What did we call that early in the videos? Sacrifice. You're doing sacrifice, the stuff that nobody else is really willing to do. So you do stuff like this, you're going to run across a grumpy person. Tell them, have a great day. They're miserable. That doesn't mean you need to be. You're out there hustling. Don't let them steal your hustle either. But knocking on doors, there's no substitute for it. It's hard work. It will pay off. Other people don't do it. So I would say, like, if you're limited on funds or you're in an area that you're really doing deals, knock on the doors. Tell them what you're doing. Share with them. Maybe invite them down to check out the house you're doing. At the same time, build that relationship. It doesn't need to foster that. You don't need to extract that relationship right then. Anyways, I've taken years cultivating relationships to buy real estate. It's all about that anyways. It's all about the relationship that you build. I'm friends with these people after the purchase also. So I'm not just doing it for the deal, but if I like the real estate, why not just be nice to people? People want to do business with nice people anyway. So just be nice. Knock on the door. Tell them have a great day when they yell at you. Okay, I'm going to share with you my secret on real estate investing and getting leads. But before I do that, I want you to do me a favor. Before I share my secret of what I do, I want you to comment down below. What's your favorite way to get leads in real estate investing? Go ahead, I'm waiting. Okay, here it is, you guys. I don't do really lead generation anymore. People bring me deals from all different areas. People that want to invest with me, realtors that find good deals that I've worked with them so long, I've showed them what I like to buy and that I deliver. So whenever it crosses their desk, they're like, this is a John deal. This is a John deal. That's what you want to start doing. And in the beginning, you might be thinking, well, that's good for you, John. I'm just starting and there's no way I could do that. Well, you could just start by executing and having success at what you're doing. And as soon as people see that and they know you're for real, they'll start bringing you deals. So you just need to make sure you're delivering. And over time, maybe that one deal a quarter starts to turn into one deal a month, which turns into one deal a week, which turns into a deal a day. Like, that's how many deals you could see. You could see more than that, trust me. But deals, you'll have to pick and choose. So anyways, my secret is I've done it long enough and I've executed correctly where people actually bring me the deals and I don't have to necessarily do those things. Am I above those things? Absolutely not. Will I knock on a door? 100%. Will I make cold calls? I did it this week. But it doesn't mean I have to, if that makes sense. I just see additional opportunity. If I'm buying a piece of property, like 20 acres, and there's 5 acres behind it, why wouldn't I call on the 5 acres before the 20 acres is public? That's the type of stuff. But still, you guys, lead generation or real estate lead gen, there's so many different ways. I recommend not pigeonholing yourself into one, but doing multiple. Anyways, I appreciate it. I do want to send you 100 ways to find out off-market deals, but you have to hit the button below, fill out the form, and we'll send that to you. So anyways, 100 ways to find off-market deals is yours for free for watching this. I appreciate you tolerating me for this video. Thank you. Watch another one.